Hey, what's up? It's your girl Ashay back at you with another video. In today's video, we're going to be diving deep into your past life. Now, this is going to be a past life reading that is specifically geared towards a romantic connection or relationship in your life, okay? And the purpose of this reading is to provide clarity to those of you who may be having a hard time or just simply needing confirmation from spirit. Because when we journey into our past lives, it helps us to understand why things are playing out the way they are happening in our current reality. So that is my intention for this reading, is to not only just share with you some of your past life details, but to give you clarity, insight, confirmation, and guidance so that you can apply that to your everyday life, to your current situation. Again, this is going to be more so geared towards romantic connections, but again, I have no idea what's going to come out in these messages today. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, be sure to do so. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and we're going to go ahead and get started. You guys, let's go ahead and get started with today's reading. I'm super excited. So the very first thing that I'm picking up here, I've already shuffled the deck, I've cleansed, I've created an atmosphere for the divine, the most high, to channel these messages. And the very first card underneath the deck is Orphan. Okay, so we're going to start there. So for a lot of you guys, you may have been an orphan in a past life, okay? You or your person. But this strongly is feeling like your energy, okay? Make sure you just use the reading kind of interchangeably, whatever resonates with you or the person that you're thinking about. But somebody was an orphan. Somebody was alone. Somebody was abandoned, okay? And you could even see that in your present reality, where you may have been taken care of by someone outside of your mom or your dad, maybe an aunt, a grandmother, a cousin, or you may have just felt really alone growing up, even if you were in a house with your mom or your dad, felt like you had a lot of alone time to yourself, like people maybe never listened to you, they didn't understand you, maybe you didn't have a lot of friends, you didn't feel like people could relate to you, or you suffer from so many traumatic things in your life that you didn't really want to get close to your peers because you feared that you would maybe accidentally speak about something very traumatic. You may have been someone who didn't want to talk about your upbringing. You maybe didn't want to invite friends over. You didn't want anyone to see your home. You didn't want anyone to see the car you were driving. For some of you guys, you were definitely living in poverty, okay? Okay, that's what I'm hearing. You were living in poverty. I'm also hearing the words war, crime, famine. Okay, this is the past life energy that we're starting off here. And again, in your present life, you could have experienced this in a different way. Okay, but we're going to keep going. So we're going to start with Orphan. Okay, and underneath that card, we have imprisonment or slavery. So maybe your parents or your mom or your dad were actually in prison when you were a young age, and that is what caused you to be this orphan here, okay? Or even perhaps, maybe in your past life, you were in prison, and that caused for your children to become orphans, okay? So maybe you were imprisoned, and this was your children having to become orphans of the state, and because of something that happened, okay? Or again, like I said, maybe you were the orphan. All right. I'm gonna get some more information about the orphan card here. Why is the orphan card here, Spirit? Clarify the orphan energy. Oh, okay. Clarify the orphan energy. Got a lot of cards coming out. So many messages. Okay. Why is the orphan message here, Spirit? Okay. So, again, even though you were an orphan, we have the angels card coming out here. You, like I said in the previous reading, you felt like you still had support. You were supported. So even though you may not have physical support, you had heavenly support, okay? You had spiritual support and guidance. You had a spiritual team that was watching over you and protecting you and keeping you safe. You may have found yourself in situations in your life where you didn't really know how you made it out or how you survived or how you overcame that. And it was because of this strong spiritual team, this spiritual army is what I'm hearing that you had behind you. Okay, that were protecting you and keeping you safe and aligning you with the right people. Okay. So what I'm hearing here, you guys, and this is going to be a multiple part video. As always, let me know in the comments. What I'm hearing, you guys, is that we're going to start from childbirth. Okay. That's where we're starting from with this past life reading. Okay. This is the story that I'm getting for you. Okay, look, wars and battles. I told you guys, wars and battles. So you may have been an orphan as a result of wars or battles during the time where you were raised, okay? And again, there was something that may have happened that caused you to have to be an orphan of the state or orphan or, you know, just motherless or fatherless because of something that had to do with wars or battles when you were growing up, okay? When you were growing up, maybe your father went off to war. Maybe, you know, your mother was harm during something that had to do with war or battles, but there was a lot of chaos going on in your past life when you were growing up. And you may have noticed in your current life, your present life, you may have grown up around a lot of chaos as well. It may have felt like war. It may have felt like there was always conflict and drama amongst your community or in your family. Okay, but again, even though you were this orphan, this for me feels like you still kind of felt mature. You didn't let what was going on in the world, in your life, your circumstance, keep you from being optimistic, keep you from connecting with spirit. Because I feel like from a very young age, you were very connected with spirit, with God, with spirituality in a sense. It was almost this protection that I'm saying, that it didn't matter what was going on in the world around you, you were still able to keep yourself level-headed and balanced in spirit, in spirituality, your imagination. You were always longing for a different future. You were desiring, you know, certain things to change, and you knew that change started within. So from a very young age, you always wanted to help people. I'm seeing that you've always wanted to help people. You've always wanted to make an impact or a statement on the world. And you knew the only way to do that was to adopt some type of spirituality, some type of religion. You knew that there was a belief shift that had to happen in order for change to happen. So you are a leader, okay? You are a leader, very old soul. Very old soul. Definitely were here before, okay? You may have had a very soothing nature about yourself. People may have found that you gave very solid advice from a young age. You didn't have the normal response to trauma that people your age would have. Like if something were to happen, they would cry and, you know, get really upset. You were just very calm and at peace. And you understood that everything happens for a reason. I feel like you guys' dreams may have been very vivid as well. Okay, let's keep going. So we have an orphan, okay, protected by angels, protected by the divine, protected by these angelic forces, this spiritual family in the midst of war and battle. Okay, so let's tap in even more, because I'm wanting to see how this reading is going to progress to the point where you meet this person that you're thinking about, this romantic partner, okay? And I want to say as well, for some of you guys, this romantic partner may be a karmic partnership. For some of you guys, this romantic partner could be a divine partnership, okay? You're just going to have to see. All right, so wars and battles, spirit. What else was going on around this time? Okay, So yeah, we had scribe or writer coming out here, okay? And so I feel like from a young age, maybe you were writing, you were a messenger, okay? That's what I'm hearing. You were a messenger. And also another message that I'm hearing is that you knew that this was written in the stars for you, okay? Look at that. We have spirituality and religion. I was telling you guys had a deep connection to spirituality or religion, okay? Some of you guys even assisted in writing the Bible, the text, the Bible. Okay, this was around a time that you were born. You were writing in the Bible, something to do with the Bible, something to do with spiritual texts. Okay, and these messages or these insight, these scribes were divinely guided insight from these angelic forces. Okay. So in your present life, you may have really enjoyed writing or poetry, acting, entertaining, helping other people. Maybe you may have even found yourself playing a teacher as a kid, playing a therapist, okay, a nurse. For some of you guys, I do see that in this past life, you ended up growing up to be a nurse or a healer, a medicine man or a medicine woman for the people who were engaging in these wars or these battles. And I do strongly feel like that is where you met this person that you are thinking about right now, this karmic partner or this divine love. Okay, this person, I definitely feel like this person was a part of the war in some kind of way. So let's just keep going and see how this story plays out. Okay. Okay. So we have spirituality and religion coming out again. All right. So this is an indication again here, just confirmation that spirituality or religion was a huge part of your life, okay? It was a huge part of your life. It was something that kept you sane. It was something that kept you balanced, something that kept you level-headed in the midst of all of this chaos going on. It was something that made you see that there was more out there, you know, because if you sat in your circumstance too long, you would start to feel defeated, okay? Like I said, a lot of you guys, this was a time when it was a lot of craziness going on. I heard the word famine, okay? This was a time when, you know, it was a scary time. Okay, just point blank period, it was a scary time, especially for somebody who was an orphan, especially for someone who seemingly didn't have anyone in their corner. It was just you here with the orphan card. Okay, so look, food and hunger. Look at that underneath the deck, food and hunger. So food was scarce. Yeah, food was scarce at this time. There may have been wars and battles around food, around territory. But you had your spirituality. You had your religious beliefs. You had spiritual protection. Okay? So I want to get a clarifier for this wars and battle. Okay? For the wars and battles. Wars and battles. Wars and battles. Clarification for this energy. Oh. Okay. Yep. Here we go. We're getting into the energy. We have knighthood. So like I said, knighthood is coming out here. The person that you're thinking about right now, they were a knight, okay, for this war, okay? In some kind of way, from the orphan to you tapping into your spirituality, maybe even becoming somebody who is a scribe or a writer in spirituality or religion, okay? Somebody, I feel like you grew up to be someone who was very sought after. People sought after your knowledge, your information, your expertise because of all these things you experienced as a child. And then we have the knighthood card coming out here. So yeah, this person that you were romantically involved with definitely was a knight in the war, okay? Look at that, medicine man or medicine woman, okay? And so now the story is coming together. You ended up going from being an orphan to being this scribe writer to tapping into spirituality and religion, and you became a medicine man or a medicine woman, okay? You became a medicine man or a medicine woman here, okay? And I feel like maybe this person was wounded in war, and this is how you guys came into contact. This was the first initial contact that you had with this person, okay? because they needed healing. So how does this relate to your present life? In your present life, you could have met this person and they seemed like they were strong. You just knew they had it going on, that they can take care of themselves. And then it's like the closer you got into this person's energy, you realize that they had healing and you had the medicine, okay? They had healing, you had the medicine. You felt alone and abandoned in this life, and this person offered you the protection. This person made you feel safe. This person made you feel like you had family. You were secure. They made you feel like they would fight for you. They would go to war for you. And so in this present life, you were abandoned and orphaned and left alone and isolated. And this person came in and it felt like the opportunity of a lifetime. Now you have someone to protect you from all the craziness going on in your life and your family and your childhood. And now this person has someone to seemingly help heal them and help them grow. And, okay. But look, we got unrequited love. Unrequited love underneath the deck, y'all. So I feel like when you first met this person, you were strictly business. You were strictly business with this person. You weren't really attracted to this person. Okay. And that could have been because you were, again, this medicine woman, this medicine man. You were the shaman. Okay. You were focused on shamanic healing. And, you just wasn't on that, You were just so really tapped into your spirituality in your past life, okay, that you just saw him as another, a soldier, or you saw this person as another soldier or another knight that, needed your help. That's all you was doing. You were just giving a little help. So your first impression of this person, you weren't too impressed. You weren't too impressed with this person at all. You was just there to do a job, okay? You were just there to do a job, all right? Ooh, too many cards. So now I want to take a look, and Spirit is telling me to go back. Okay, now that we know for sure how you came in contact with this person, now I want to go back to your family, okay? Because we know that the war and battle were happening when you were young, but I want to see where your mother or your father or your caretaker, like what's that energy? What was going on with that for you? Okay, so let's see. Tapping into the orphan energy, mother, father. Where's the mother and the father? Spirit, where's the mother and the father at this time? All right, so we have baby. Okay, we have baby coming out. All right, so we're going to pull another card because I feel like Spirit is talking about whatever happened, you were abandoned at a baby. Okay, so there, again, there were some things that took place for you before you became this orphan from a baby. So maybe you were abandoned as a baby. You became an orphan from a very young age. Okay, that is what I'm seeing. Spirit is saying you've been an orphan since a baby. All right. Let's see. What happened? What happened? All right. So we have trust and faith coming out here, okay? And I'm not too sure why this card is coming out here. Trust and faith. I feel like, your mother or your father or both of them, they had something that happened to where they had to go away, okay? And they put their trust and their faith into someone caring for you, and someone else abandoned you. So let's say your mother or your father were in prison, or your mother or father went to another country, or your mother and father were on their, deathbed. They enlisted someone else to take care of you, okay? Because trust and faith did come out in the reverse, and this person betrayed them. I do feel like that. They betrayed them. They said they were going to take care of you, and they didn't. And this could relate to in your life right now. You may have had step parents, okay? Or the person that you were left in the care of from a young age. This person may have treated you poorly, okay? And for some of y'all, I do feel like the person that they left you with in this present life, they did have this strong sense of faith. They did have this strong sense of spirituality or religion, and they really instilled that into you from a young age. Forgiveness. Okay, so I do see here that for some of you guys, you know, it was really hard for I'm hearing mother, for your mother to let you go. It was really hard, and she had faith and she trusted in someone to do right by you, and they didn't. And this is something that she deals with. And so in this present life, you may notice your mother may have issues with forgiving herself. She's very hard on herself, very nitpicky, judgmental. Okay, and this is because of past life energy of this mother knowing that she made a poor decision and she hasn't healed from that and mended that wound. All right. Let's pull one more confirmation. All right, look at that. So we have high priest to high priestess. Okay, so for some of you guys, I do feel like your mother was a high priest, or your father was a high priest. Your father was a high priest, or your mother was a high priestess. I do feel like that here. They had trust in their faith. They had trust in their spiritual beliefs. Maybe like a monk or a nun or something like that as well, to where maybe they weren't supposed to have a child, and so they left the child so so they can go fulfill some type of spiritual purpose, and they thought they left you in safety, but they didn't. Okay, I'm also hearing that for someone. And for some of you guys, this is your energy. Okay, this is your energy of you becoming the high priestess. But again, this feels like mother. Okay, and then look, imprisonment or slavery. And then for some of you guys, this parent was imprisoned or a slave. Okay, this parent was in prison or a slave, which made you an orphan. Okay. Okay. Ooh, yeah, look at that. We have mother coming out. So this is definitely the mother's energy here. Okay, so like I said, I was picking up on that energy of mother. Mother is definitely here. So this is more so your mother. Okay, we have transportation, spouse, Atlantis, and Celtic. So we have Celtic and we have Atlantis coming out here. Okay, which are two places. Okay, and then we have transportation and spouse. So for your mother, I feel like this is her energy to where she maybe married someone different. Okay, and she moved away somewhere. Okay, she moved away somewhere and left you. This may have been voluntary or involuntary. Again, maybe she was sold away, or maybe she went voluntarily. Okay, but either way, there was a baby that was left alone by themselves. Okay. All right, so as far as Atlantis and Celtic coming out here, maybe she was transported from Atlantis to Celtic. Maybe she was transported from Celtic to Atlantis, or you were transported. But something happened where she was in prison or enslaved. Okay, and this could even been married to someone. Okay, and I want to find out if it was against her will. Okay, that's what I want to see. I want to see if this was against her will. Or did she go willingly? That's what I want to see. Did she go willingly here? Because for some of you, I feel like she was promised something, promised the opportunity to transport her baby, or she wanted to get things settled, or for some of y'all, she did intentionally abandon, but not everyone. Okay, I feel like there was a trick. Somewhere here, there was a trick. So I want to know confirmation if she went willingly. Okay, give me a second. Cards everywhere. We have, you guys, is monk or nun and finances. Okay, so for some of y'all, like I said, your mom was a very spiritual nun. Okay, and I feel like for a lot of you, she may have had this baby before she set out on this spiritual journey. Okay. All right. And then for some of you, we have finances here. So I feel like, you know, for some of y'all, you were sold and that's how you became an orphan. The person who your mother left you with, they sold you for money. Okay. Because again, times were really hard at this time. Okay, so we're gonna stop here, you guys. Okay, we're gonna stop here and we're gonna do a part 2 on this. If you guys want me to do a part 2, this is just the beginning. This is kind of just, you know, your past life as far as the beginning, your childhood and your relation to your parental figures. So comment down below if you guys resonate with this. Let me know how this played out for you or how this is playing out for you in your present life. Okay, and if you find this video to be helpful or insightful in any way, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you guys next time. Ashe.